factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command. Not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On the ready. Ready. 18 guard. 79.
And Cook has it left side. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
2nd down and 3.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Ready.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Let's go now. Ready.
He'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Nike.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
28-yard line.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set. 180. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. What's up?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. And they get to him right out of the gate, and this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Set. 180. Pistol, pistol, pistol. Hey, we're going to do this.
Baker going to give it to Irvin. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. This defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Bucs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
180. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This is caught by Evans. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Six. 20.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Good. 180. That's hot.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he holds it in for a Buccaneer touchdown. Emeka Buka, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Saints 3. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No. Sack. Count. 18. Check go.
They'll try the left side. Keenan. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Ready.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
50-yard line.
Set. 180. Regular.
Now Baker going to change it up. Mayfield now from the 50. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Running the toss to Irving. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
What's that?
Mayfield down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Third down and 10.
Good. 180. What's that?
Now Mayfield. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Chase McLaughlin for the Buccaneers.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the gun, they go to Edwards. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll set up a throw. Cook makes the catch on the out route. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Rocco 80.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
First down. 1st and goal, New Orleans.
Here we go, set. 19, Tigers.
Looking to throw. This is caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Point it right.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Second and 10.
What? Alert! What's that?
Throwing, Mayfield. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A gain of 9.
Mayfield going to switch things up here.
What's that?
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Good. What's that?
First down, here's White. Able to power through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now they'll shift things around.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
What's that?
Here's Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
180! Hurry, hurry!
Bud! Be ready! Be ready!
What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Hey, 2 minutes.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
At the 6-yard line.
What's that?
And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
A very solid gain of 27.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
What's that?
A run up the middle with Irving. And a strong run that time as it's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling's working very well for them right now.
What's that?
Mayfield. This is White on the screen. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
What's that?
Mayfield to throw it. From the right side, take it in by Godwin. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
180! Run. Real.
To throw, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
20. Up, up. Hey, watch
Check,
it,
crunch.
What's that?
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Hey,
Baker changing the play at the line.
That.
On second and 10, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Pistol.
Check. Fresno.
180. What's that?
Irving will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Saints 10. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go, set. Go, 70 Lions.
They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Second and 1. He's got this complete, finding Cook on the crossing route. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Go! 6 ready?
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 25, here's second and a couple.
They'll look to throw. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Back to throw. And it's caught.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Edwards is in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
We're getting set up for what should be a great fourth quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the third quarter.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, pumped out. And this is picked up by the Saints. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
They'll try the left side. Keenan. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Behind the chains, second and 13.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Mayfield down. He's got Otten on the out route.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Handoff running left, Irving. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Now Mayfield.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find his man on the end route, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up.
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, no apologies. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. 180. What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Rail rip. 180. What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the out route. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and 4.
Come on. Ready.
They'll try the left side. Keenan. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop it.
He'll look to throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Ready.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Go. Cowboy Cougar 19.
Watch the twist. Go.
They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
Saints 27.
Extra point splits the uprights.
17.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Set. 20. Done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Here's 1st down.
Good sec. What's that?
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. We'll get this to about the 38. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And they will take a knee here. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Saints, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.